should you get a Golden Harvest lightsaber, and how does it compare to Proffie? And should you get the Starkiller from the Force Unleashed 2 or the one from the Force Unleashed 1? I'm about to answer all these questions, so come with me. Hey nerds, welcome back, Megavan, and to the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host as always, Luke Skywalker, and today I'm answering a question that I myself had for quite some time. Golden Harvest V3, is this something that you want to experiment with? Is this something that is superior to Proffie? Is it inferior to Proffie? Is it the same as Proffie? You're about to find out. I'm going to be checking out this Starkiller from the Force Unleashed 2 lightsaber. I'm gonna really be pretty much going as same as you would if this were your first Golden Harvest, because I've never had one in my hand, so this is gonna be really an experiment. But I'm also going to be comparing this to the Force Unleashed 1 lightsaber that we have already seen from Korbanth, and we're going to decide which one should you get. So, because this is a lightsaber that is not new, I don't have an unboxing for you guys, so I'll just put that out there. So I'm going to jump straight into how this works. Now, usually on a Proffie, it's pretty much as simple as you select whatever sound font you want, you turn it on, you do your blaster, all that sort of stuff, your quotes, your force, you turn it off. We strike. That's really about it, right? Like you have your lockups by pressing buttons or by doing clash, that sort of stuff. Pretty, I would say, relatively straightforward. Not so much with Golden Harvest. First of all, in order for you to select your font, you have to long press it. Sound menu. And now you're in the sound menu, and by twisting is how you select your font.
Balance. Ezra Bridger. I am Kanan Jarrus. I let you live. I'm ready.
We'll select this one. You select it by long pressing it. And now, you have it. You would think you have a second button here, and you would think, show you, right here, and you would think, oh, right, this is my blaster reflex. Wrong. It's the same as your activation, so that's already weird because you're used to that when lightsabers are one button, but when they're two buttons on Proffie, you're not expected to use the same button that your activation. So that's kind of weird. That's one thing. The second thing is it will have a lot of types of flicker, types of ignitions and stuff, so in that sense, it's pretty much like any other, but something as simple as getting your force slash quotes, which normally is you either double press or long press one button. This, you kind of have to do a weird thing, so... And still got it wrong.
Do you know I'm going to need a little help here? Take your time, I've got plenty to keep you busy here. Do you know I'm going to need a little help here?
So I'm pressing and twisting at the same time. It's really not straightforward. If you want to do your lockups, you're not even going to do the whole, like either hit this or long press or something. You have to long press and then twist. And then to end it, right, Super strange. Is this one thing that I would recommend? Is Golden Harvest a thing that I would recommend over Proffie? No. I'm not gonna lie. It's, I think, not necessarily because it has a massive learning curve or anything like that, because, you know, every lightsaber, every type of lightsaber, you know, Cena will have its thing, although Cena is relatively very similar to Proffie. Proffie will have its thing. Asteria will have its thing. I've never had a Versa in my hand, so I have no idea how that is, but I'm guessing it will have its thing, and this has its things too. Not a problem. I'm guessing that once you're used to how Golden Harvest operates, you not make that much of a deal. But if you've only done Proffie, jumping over to this, it's gonna feel it's gonna feel like you kind of should know the song, but suddenly someone changed all the lyrics. So you're just going there like, you're mouthing, but you're not really singing it because you don't, like, the letters are different. So there's kind of that. Now, when it comes to comparing Starkiller, let's say 2 to Starkiller 1, this is a very interesting comparison. Because, you know, once you turn them on, first of all, you have a crystal chamber exposed here, which I think is pretty cool, and you don't have one here. But if you open your chassis, there's your crystal right there, and I would argue that this crystal looks even cooler than the other one, because this looks like it is part of the actual thing, and it was pretty properly integrated. And I love the details of the chassis itself. This is from Lawcustoms, and I'll have some information on it on the description. I think it's internally, it is pretty cool. Externally, a bit of a pain. Also, to charge this, you don't remove the battery. You don't have a USB. You have, look at that. It's 2026, and we're working with this. Fortunately, it does come, when I got this, it did have the proper adapter and plug and everything. I don't have to be worrying about, like, oh, is this 5V, is this whatever. It works, it doesn't fry anything, so in that sense, good. Downside, it doesn't have any kill switch. So, but I mean, there are some Proffies out there that don't have kill switch, certain brands that don't have kill switches. So there's that, like, I couldn't really fault that, but there's that. Now, when it comes to design, you've already seen the design of the Starkiller from Force Unleashed 1. Very nice with this, with the crystal, your rose skull. When you have it activated, your lights go through there, besides on the crystal. Absolutely cool. But this one, look at that gem. Look at this. Now this, you would have seen a million times various designs from various makers on Starkiller Force Unleashed 2. You know, some have this to, like, basically they have like the belt clip here integrated on this. Some will have a Convertech here, like, you know, like, to each their own. That's not a problem. This doesn't have anything, so you cannot attach this to anything. That's definitely a down in my mind. And you would have seen in all of them, this is not because this is, you know, it's trying to be an actual gem, guys. Like, it's pretty cool. But it's very small too. Like, all the buttons that you would see on the other ones are much bigger. But this, I love the weathering on this though. Like, the weathering is really perfectly made. Like super, like, visually, besides of the odd of how small this is, it is very beautiful looking. Like, the blade plug that has is very nice and everything. But if you were gonna ask me, would I get this over the Force Unleashed 1 from Korbanth? No. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'll give you my ratings because it'll make more sense if I break it down on rating. Now, this, when it comes to ergonomics, is definitely gonna get a 10 because it's so easy to wheel. Like, it moves so well, it handles so well, not cumbersome, not heavy, The grip is incredibly good. So in that sense, from Lawcustoms, absolutely outstanding job. This is a 10. When it comes to design, I'm gonna give it an 8, because even though I do like the fact that this is a gem, the fact that it's so small, it looks very awkward. The fact that there's no kill switch, I'm not entirely sure if this is a common thing for all Golden Harvest, but it doesn't have a kill switch, like, so, and you don't even know when how much battery is left until you try to turn it on. If it doesn't turn on, then it doesn't turn on. Usually Proffie, a lot of Proffies you can configure it so you can see on the blade how much battery is left. This you can, but like it's a pain, guys. Like, all the stuff that you can do with this is essentially like, you know, with the blade on, and then you're like moving it around and the thing's moving, but it's like, yeah, sure, like looks nice, but like way overkilling. Like it's like complete. It's like if you brought in a bazooka and you wanted to kill flies, you know, like, great, like that's a cool bazooka, dude, but like it is a bazooka to kill a bunch of flies. What are you doing? So I know, right? Yes, she agrees. And the thing that so I think in the size it's gonna get an A, because beautiful as it is, and I love the weathering, this little details, this how small this is and stuff, is not really that great. When it comes to sound, I definitely have to give this a 7. It's not really loud. Well, I mean, it's not really quiet either, but the fact that you have to, like, Golden Harvest, you have to like be turning around. Some would argue, oh, that's better because you can see all your lampos in one go instead of having to, you know, go button, 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 like you do one button and then you just start turning until you select the one. Some will say that's great. I don't like it. The fact that whenever you have to, like, you know, you want to do your lockup sound, whenever you an effect, whenever you want to do your quotes, your force, whatever, I'm like, it looks like I'm developing Parkinson. No offense to people who have Parkinson. It looks like I'm developing some sort of Parkinson with the, what is this? You know, and then this, like, you know, there's a bazillion gestures that you can accent. I don't even know what the hell I just said. So really, I'm gonna have to give it a 7. So you're gonna see the total here, and this is not a lightsaber that we would recommend at the Fellowship of the Nerds. This is, I don't know if this is the first, I don't think, but it's definitely one of the few that we've said we don't recommend. And even though I do like Starkiller from Force Unleashed II, and I think it is a nice lightsaber, when it comes to, because it's Golden Harvest, I couldn't recommend this. So to answer the question from the beginning, is Golden Harvest superior to Proffie? It's something that you should consider. If you're used to Proffie, my honest recommendation is do not, because it's not worth it. It's not going to be worth your time, your attention. There's a lot of people out there that make sound fonts, for example, that don't make them for Golden. Pretty much they don't make it for anything that is not a stereo Sino. So there's that. I mean, most do, but like some don't. So, you know, there's that. Also, when it comes to adding sound fonts, right? Like, I know that for Proffie is a process. You need to know how to program on Proffie, either that or replace whatever you have with whatever new you want to have, and that is a very, very simple process that you do directly on your SD. Is the fact that even talking to sabersmiths that I know, they'll be like, no, that's not something I would touch. And if it was super user-friendly, like Asteria is, right? That Asteria, as long as you have the time, you end up figuring out how everything works, and it's like, you know, you can do 1,000 if you want it, right? Like, it wouldn't have that much problem. I didn't find this to be very user-friendly. I found that it was very complicated with, you know, and now you have to do this and gesture that, and so it's not, I couldn't recommend it. And I know that some of you are going to be watching this and are going to be screaming, are going to be pulling your hairs, thinking, you know, why you're talking about Golden Harvest is great. And if you do that, hey, you know, like my complete best wishes to you, and because I obviously am not going to hold it against you or anything like that, but it's not something I would recommend if you're a person that's already used to Proffie or Sino, or even Asteria for that matter, because it's really going to be weird. I'm not going to lie. And when it comes to if Starkiller, you should get Starkiller from Force Unleashed 1 or Force Unleashed 2. It really depends. I think that the ergonomics of this it's way superior. I think the design of this, it's because it's so peculiar, it's cool. So really gonna depend on what you want to have. You wanna have a lightsaber that it handles better, or you wanna have a lightsaber that looks cooler. If the latter, then definitely the one from Force Unleashed 1 is gonna be yours. If the former, then Force Unleashed 2 is gonna be your thing. Maybe we should do the other Starkiller that's out there. I've seen it around. I know Korbanth has one. Maybe at some point I will do it, but for now, I would say that in the battle of these two, if what you're going to aim for is ergonomics, is maneuverability, if you will, this will be yours. If you want something that looks cool, that's going to look great on your shelf, this is your way to go. But this is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And nerds, that is our review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you find that useful. Thank you very much for tuning in. Remember that we always do comparisons and full deep dive review here. So remember to subscribe so you don't miss them. Thank you very much for watching. And until the next time, nerds, I've been your host as always, Luke Skywalker. Remember, the Force will be with you always. Remember to live long and prosper, and may the odds be ever in your favor, Melanin. And until we meet again, mischief manage. I'll see you around, nerds.